Welcome back everyone. Today we will learn the basics of combat in Foundry Virtual Tabletop for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition by experiencing a real battle. We begin our adventure on a narrow path many miles from town. You are asked by the local beekeeper to harvest honey for his beehives. Ahead of you, you see the small apiary that you need to gather honey from. Unfortunately, you also see orcs. The orcs are laying on the ground, stuffing their faces with honeycomb. What do you do now? Go into the comments section for this video and tell me what you would do and who you think will win. The battle will resume in 3, 2, 1. Your companion is a battle priest. You see him kneeling down and praying quietly to Sigmar for help in this upcoming battle. Praying quietly or without confidence imposes a penalty. As Dungeon Master, I have decided that this means your prayer skill test will always be difficult, and that you can only try each type of blessing once. See page 218. Roma prays quietly for the blessing of courage on Lenuvel. He does not succeed, but he's got to use fortune to reroll. I guess he could use one more to make it happen, but nah, best not to. He's done. Next, your other companion is a spellcaster. He takes out his grimoire and begins channeling. He can cast a spell from his spellbook. He has not memorized as long as the spell belongs to a lore of magic they possess, but its casting number is doubled. See page 236. Hugo channels the arithmetic armor spell. So normally it would be a casting number of 2, but it's doubled, so it's 4. He tries cast. It's challenging. Roll. Nice. So he succeeds. And now he has arithmetic armor on. Arithmetic armor gives him 1 more armor point in all locations. A bonus of his lore of the heavens is that spells that cause damage ignore armor points from metal armor. So all of his spells will ignore metal armor. And will arc to other targets within 2 yards, except those with the arcane magic heavens talent, inflicting damage equal to your willpower bonus, handled like a magical missile. Essentially, his magical attacks also scatter within 2 yards and hit targets in an AoE range. Alright. Last but not least, you take aim with your bow at the biggest orc, which gives you a +20 bonus to hit. You give the signal and unleash hell on the orcs. You take your enemies by surprise. They gain the surprise condition, which I've already added. You and your friends gain 1 advantage, which I'm going to add right now. Let's roll initiative. First, the savage orc that's super big is going to cause fear on you and your companions. Now you must steel your will and hold your nerve against them. First is going to be Lenuvel. Click on Lenuvel, then click this fear button. Click apply, click roll. Let's see if he can overcome it. He can. Next is going to be our battle priest Roma. Oof. No dice. That could be bad. Next is going to be Hugo. Also no dice. Alright. During the first round of combat, the orcs spend the round recovering from the surprise condition. But if one of them is attacked, that unit loses the surprise condition, so it's best to focus fire. First is Lenuvel. He's going to fire off at the big orc. Going here, Then going into pack, combat, bow, and because he aimed, he has a plus 20. And there it is. Cannot dodge because he's caught by surprise. 15 damage, but he's really tough, so he mitigates 4 of it because he's really tough. Alright. Next, Orc Arrow Boy. Gonna recover from the surprise condition. Roma. He's gonna try to recover from being terrified. Go here to extended test. Click here to activate the cool test to overcome the fear. He succeeds. Well done. Click here, go back to skills, and then we're going to the orcs. Recovering from surprise. Recovering from surprise. Oops. And the savage orc already recovered from surprise because he was attacked. So he actually gets to do something, and he is going to charge at our heroes. He has a run speed of A16, so he's going to go right there. Orc Boy is going to recover from surprise. Now it's Hugo's turn. Hugo is going to try to overcome his fear. Here, 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 and there. He succeeds. Nice. Next, Orc Arrow Boy is going to recover from his surprise condition. And the final orc will recover from his surprise condition. Alright. After that, it's going to be Lenouvel. Now, these two did not make any... they're losing advantage gradually because they didn't do anything last turn. All they did was recover from their fear. Lenouvel is going to target the Savage Orc, kind of cut him down before he gets too close. Combat, bow, firing off a shot. Now, I know the Orc has a size of large. Having a size of large does impose a modifier of plus 20, shooting at a large target. Roll. 23. Good hit. This time he's going to have a chance to dodge. It hits. 13 damage. Sharpshooter. Orc Arrow Boy is going to take an arrow, knock it, fire it off at Hugo. It's a long distance. Oh my goodness. But it misses. Roma is going to cast another blessing. The blessing of might. Nice. He's going to cast that on Lenouvel. Orc here uses his boar mount to move. 24 yards is his movement speed, so he's going to go 14, 16, that's 22, and 24. Orc Arrow Boy. The Savage Orc is kind of in the way, so he's going to move down here. I think he can go 14 yards. So he's going to go there. Nope, 16 yards. Let's go here. Savage Orc. He can go 16, so he's going to go right there. Orc will go 24, so he's going to go 12. Then another 12 to go there. Now it's Hugo's turn. That orc is so close. He's going to begin channeling a bolt. Channeling is the safer play. He doesn't get any. Unfortunate. Winds of magic are working against him. This orc is kind of stuck in the tree enjoying honey, so he's going to come out first. That's going to be 14, 15, 16. Unfortunately, his line of sight is blocked, so he can't do anything. This last orc is going to go over here, vaulting down. 14, 26. He can only go to 24, so he can stop there. Yes. Next is going to be back to Lenouvel. He's going to try to finish the Savage Orc before he gets any closer. Go here, combat, fire off a shot from his bow. Orc tries to dodge out of the way. Fails. Ooh, headshot. He goes down. The Orc Arrow Boy is gonna come over here. He has an elevated position on that thing. Plus this Orc just went down. Unfortunately, these Orc Boar Riders are in the way, so he's gonna go over here before he shoots. As a result of moving, he has a -10 modifier. He shoots at Luneville. He's gonna fire off his bow. -10 modifier because he moved before he shot. Misses. Roma's turn. Roma's gonna try another blessing. Best not to get too close. He's gonna do the blessing of battle. Oh, that could be terrible. And fortunately for him, he can use fortune to reroll. Only has 1 fortune remaining. He fails, but luckily it's not a fumble, or not one of these fumbles. So that's good. Next is going to be the orcs. This orc is going to just come directly at him. 16, 18, 24. Vaulting through those wooden fences. Orc Arrow Boy here is going to move first. He moves 16, goes there, knocks an arrow, fires it off at Luneville. He moves, so it's a difficult shot. Failed. Savage Orc is down. Orc here is gonna start charging in. It's 28, he can only do 24, so he's back here. Hugo's turn. Oh, and they're right on him. He's gonna move back first of all. Next, he's gonna try to channel a bolt. No dice. Orc Arrow Boy can't fire as of yet, so he's gonna go over here. Other orc is going to go over here. 24. Go there. Luneville is going to reduce his advantage by 1, but he's actually not going to. He's got a... Gosh, cavalry's right on him. Now he has to make a critical decision. Does he run? He's got to fire off an arrow at the closest orc. And then after that, I think he'll make a run for it. Oh, he hits the critical. And the orc can't even do much. He can't dodge. He's on the mount. I mean, I guess he can twist and turn on the mount. So, yeah, he has a -20. He has a more difficult time dodging on the mount. Yeah, he tries. He gets hit right in the chest. After that, Luneville's gonna run over here. Orc Arrow Boy can't make a shot. His friends are in the way. I guess he's going down here. Roma's turn to prove his worth. He's gonna charge at this guy. And with his Warhammer, he's charging. The orc is going to try to block with his chopper blade. He gets bonuses because he's on a mount. Fortunately, he fails. Goes down. And the boar is going to start is going to run away terrified because he no longer has a master. So the boar is going to disappear. The Orc Arrow Boy go down through these fields of lavender, knocking arrow and firing it off at Roma. Nope, he should have had a -10 on that shot. Doesn't matter, he missed anyway. Is the other orc. Other orc is going to charge. It's between 8 and 24 is his charge range. Here we have 8. So you might be thinking, oh no, he doesn't get the charge. He just goes back a little bit, and then he makes the charge. This chopper blade, he's charging. Ooh, that's a heavy hit. Our good friend is going to try to block with that Warhammer, but because his opponent's running him down while mounted, he has disadvantages. Oh, the orc just one-shots him. No, wow, that's terrible. Is there anything he can do better? I guess he could use resilience to make this an automatic success, like an automatic 1. Unfortunately, that still doesn't do anything. His success level is just too high, +5. So he can use fortune to bump up the success level here. Yeah, so he used 1 resilience and 1 fortune to mitigate it. And so now he won, he doesn't take the damage. Oh man, that was close. Hugo, gotta do something now, Hugo. So he's gonna try a bolt. Except he's gonna try to cast it this time directly. Has to roll at least 4 success levels. He gets a 82, doesn't succeed. So instead he's gonna spend resilience. So he's gonna go here, spend resilience. That's the run I spent on Hugo's last resilience here. I spent resilience, his only point of resilience here. And I'm gonna make this just a direct 1. He will succeed. And it's gonna target this orc here. Orc is gonna try to dodge, but it's gonna be really tough because he's on the mount. Apply damage. It hits him, and as a bonus, because of his lore, he can inflict a certain amount of damage. It's not mitigated by metal armor. The orc has scrap armor, so that means he takes more damage, which will effectively KO the orc. And his mount runs away, so he's gone. Go here, here. He's dead. Boar runs away. Nice. This is gonna be the orc arrow boy. He's gonna go over here, and he doesn't care if he's shooting into his allies. He's gonna try to make the shot. He's shooting into a crowd, which gives a +20, but there's a 1 in 3 chance he hits an ally. So 1d3, a 3 is he hits the right target. 2, which means he hits the wrong target. It's going to be the orc. Okay. Firing off his bow here. +20 chance to hit the orc. He misses though. Lucky for him. Lunavel is very fortunately gotten away from the cavalry charge. He's going to fire off at the orc arrow boy here. Combat, bow, fire. The advantage is really crushing everybody. Oh my goodness, another great hit. The orc arrow boy tries to dodge out of the way. No dice. One-shots the orc arrow boy. Okay. Orc arrow boy over here is going to fire off and try to get Lunavel's advantage down. It's a long shot though. 40 misses. Then Roma's going to go head to head against the orc war rider, swinging off his hammer. Miss. The orc is going to try to dodge out of the way. Actually, no, he's going to try to parry with his chopper blade. Oh, he's also doing terribly. Roma wins. getting a solid shot. This orc arrow boy is dead. Get him out of there. This orc targeting Roma, firing off a chop with his chopper blade. Roma's going to try to parry with his Warhammer. He succeeds. At this point, the battle is turning against the orcs. Orc's main leader is down. All his cavalry is down. One of his orc archers is down. Only 2 orc archers remain. It's pretty obvious. These 2 orc arrow boys, they're gone. They're not sticking around. This guy, he's toast. Congratulations. That is how we do combat in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, mixing in a bit of magic with a bit of ranged combat, with a bit of blessings. Later on, if the orcs had gathered together, I would have used the blast spell to really do some AoE damage. Magic is really hit or miss in this game, which is why you have to save your points of fortune and resilience to use it at critical moments. And range combat is very strong when you're at range, but as soon as those cavalry would have charged in, the advantage that Luneville had accumulated would have deteriorated fast, would have instantly gone away, and she would have been in a very tough, she or he would have been in a very tough situation, that's for sure. Alright, thank you very much for joining us on this combat guide to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition.